Is this thing recording? Hello! Hello and welcome to another edition of That's Chat Snats. I'm your host, MissChatter, and it's been a while. Did you miss me? I'm trying to record this outside, but it appears someone decided to mow their lawn right now. Oh well. Tickets.com held a tech expo at RFK last week, and of course this techno geek had to be there. They were demonstrating the new mobile phone tickets that you can get online and then have the ticket sent to your mobile phone for scanning at the gates.
Right.
Okay.
So the barcode is delivered directly to your cell phone with the text image. So when you walk up to any gate, the usher is going to take it, scan the ticket on your barcode, and it will tell you that it's a valid ticket. Sure. You're better at that than I am.
Backlight's on?
Yep. And it's going to scan your barcode that you have. And then after it does that,
in theory,
what you get is this receipt prints right out. And then you can take this, it gets you in through the gate, and the usher will take this and seat you.
So that's what happens. You walk up, you get a little ticket stub, and that's what you hand over. And yes, I asked what happens if the battery in your phone goes dead, even though that's probably ridiculous, but I don't have a phone charger in my car, so it's potentially possible that it could happen to me. And in that case, you would just go up to the typical customer service window as if you'd lost your tickets, and they can pull up your record there and give you a new ticket. But the Nationals are one of the first MLB teams to offer this kind of technology, so hopefully it'll take off because it's pretty cool. Cinco de Mayo came and went yesterday, as you could tell by all the sombreros in the crowd at Wrigley Field, historic Wrigley Field, a stadium I haven't been to since I was a kid. But that's where I grew up, watching baseball and learning the joys and the sadness of being a fan from watching my parents as we left after yet another Cubbies loss. The girls from We've Got Heart were in the stadium yesterday at Wrigley Field and watched the game. Reading the reviews is very refreshing, just from the perspective of having the joy of being a fan. They met a couple players after the game, and despite the loss and the possible major loss of John Patterson to injury again, they still just left going, woo, which is refreshing. Speaking of being a fan, I'm having a little bit of an identity crisis. I started out blogging and containing complete anonymity, but as time's gone on, I've kind of lost the anonymity and have even been able to be on the field prior to a game and in the photography pit during a game. But it's not like I can run up to the players like Robert Fick or Sean Hill as they were standing signing autographs going, ooh, ooh, I love you guys. Can you hold my microphone for a few minutes and just say something? Or at least I don't think I can, but maybe I can. I don't know. So I kind of am at a loss of what to do now. During yesterday's game against the Cubs, I noticed an interesting thing with a couple of the incidents that happened on the field. Felipe Lopez threw a ball over Dmitry Young's head into the stands along the first base side. And the batter that this happened to is Matt Merton. And the reason I noticed this is because he looks just like my brother. Red hair, same face, everything. He also wears number 19, which is the same as Ryan Church, who is one of my favorite players. So, okay, that was kind of weird. Well, guess who was the last batter that Patterson faced? You got it, Matt Merton again. Yes, there's a little bit of news to report lately. Patterson left yesterday's game in the third inning after facing 3 batters with sore bicep. He said it was aching to the point where he couldn't pitch anymore. Not a lot of news on that yet. An MRI will be done, and nobody knows how long he's going to be out, but he probably won't make his next start. The other news is Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. No more Yoda, no more Chris Snelling. Chris Snelling was traded to the Oakland Athletics in exchange for Ryan Langerhans, who most of you probably know as a Brave. He was traded to the Athletics and then a couple days later traded to the Nationals. He's already appeared in a couple of games as a defensive replacement and double switch replacement in the later innings. Should be interesting because I remember him being a force to reckon with when we've played against him. So, you know, it's too early to judge the trade, but I found it interesting. I'm a little bummed we won't have our Aussie friend anymore, but we'll see how this goes. In other news, tailgating at the new stadium has been on my mind a lot. I think I've mentioned that before. But I believe I may have come up with a solution for the lack of tailgating options at the new stadium. I'll have more on that next time. Speaking of technology and Felipe Lopez, I noticed something interesting in the last couple games at Wrigley Field. Check out my cool sunglasses. Now, what's really cool about these sunglasses is, well, they're Oakley's, and they're MP3 players. See, they got the little earbuds that fit in. The problem with these sunglasses is that you can't wear them indoors because they're sunglasses. You could, actually, but where's my pocket protector? Not exactly a flattering look, is it? Well, I've noticed these little nose things on Felipe Lopez the last couple games, and I kept looking up under his hat to see if they were flip-up sunglasses, and sure enough, they were. So I guess the key to wearing these very dorky sunglasses flipped up, or dorky looking, because they're not dorky, they're very cool, is to wear a hat underneath them so you can't see this. Much better, huh? If you haven't checked out Nats Access on Masson yet, you definitely should. I left my laptop recording on Masson yesterday as I took my kids to their Little League hit-a-thons, and when I came back, I watched what was on, and there was a Nats Access episode. During this episode, Debbie Taylor, the sideline reporter, got Ryan Zimmerman to do a Baseball 101, only it wasn't your typical Baseball 101. How to eat sunflower seeds. I'd stick it in here, but I don't want to get in trouble for copyright fraud. So, he says, you dump them out in your hand, as many as you can, stir them all in your mouth. He really said it like that. Move them over to one side, and then take one at a time and move it over to the other side. Crack the shell, so you get the seed out, and then spit the shell out. Poof. Except, he said, don't swallow the shell. Some people do. That's no good. Well, count me in as someone who does. But it's not ladylike to spit. Until next time, I'm MissChatter, your host. Enjoy the last game of the Cubs series, and see you in Milwaukee. Okay, well, I'm still here, but till next time.
Select the main section that I want to go into. I can say I want to get 2 tickets. I'd like to get the best available, that's fine with me. So it's going to find the tickets that are here. There's a little bit of fraud protection on here so that I'm going to ask you to put in your zip code to go in there. You can see the seat location, so if you don't like those, you can pick a specific section.